Hello and welcome to the Internerd podcast. I'm Mike and I'm joined by JJ
Bonjour.
and Hannah
Hello.
and our brand new gentleman who's helping us with the podcast, Neill.
Hello.
Sadly, Kev's very busy at the moment, and as a result, he doesn't seem to be able to take part in the podcast, which is a shame. But we've got Neill, who's better than Kev.
Yeah, Kevin.
100% better.
100% better. So yeah, it's been a couple of weeks since we did one. We've recorded one every week, but I've just been very busy and haven't had time to work on it. So JJ's taken over being the lead podcast worker, and that means we'll actually have an episode every week, uploaded both to the website and to YouTube. JJ doesn't know what he's taken on.
What? What's a podcast?
Who are you people? Okay, right. So I guess we'll move on to our first topic, shall we?
Yeah.
Yes.
We can't talk about The Walking Dead because Neill watches it but hasn't watched the past 3 or 4 episodes. So normally that ends up being our first topic, I think, but that can't be today.
Yeah, the only topic which I end up having.
If you want, I can mute my speakers while you talk.
No, it's good. But we'll go with JJ's topic first, I guess.
Okay, it's not particularly exciting.
Great way to kick off the podcast.
Logitech. You know Logitech?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the people that make the iPod, right?
Yeah. Have you got any Logitech hardware?
I've got a webcam.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my webcam, or our webcam's Logitech.
Do you like it?
It's pretty good.
Well,
It's one of those brands where you just you see Logitech and you're like, oh, that must be good then.
Yeah,
Yes.
Because you trust it.
you can't think of any other brand that makes webcams that isn't shit.
I don't really use my webcam.
Yeah, we don't use ours all that often either.
But if I
used
was to get
use
another
it.
one, I'd choose Logitech.
You
I
used to
prob-
use your
Sorry, go on.
webcam, didn't you, for the audio,
Live streaming.
didn't you?
Oh, for audio. We used to use it for audio, and now the only thing we use it for is Skyping with our parents. But I've always wanted to try and get we have like a DSLR. Like we have a couple of really good cameras, so I've always wanted to try and set one up to use that as a webcam. I thought it'd be quite fun, but that requires effort. Something I haven't put in.
Yeah, we need to figure that out.
It's actually quite cool having a however megapixels this camera is.
Doesn't
14.
say.
Yeah,
I
some
think it's 12.
12 megapixel
Oh, close.
DSLR camera. Quite cool to use as a webcam. But yeah, anyway, go on.
Basically, they've brought out some new stuff and things, and I was wondering if it would be something that you would consider purchasing.
Well, it depends what.
Well, they've
Yeah.
brought out some new mice.
Okay,
Mice.
because I do want a new mouse and a new keyboard, so if it's good
Me
stuff, then
too.
I may look into it.
They've got, I think, most of it is like design. Well, not designer, but it looks nice.
Looks really nice. It's based heavily on design. Do you want to
Yes.
link for us?
I'll link you to this one. Where shall I link it in the podcast?
In the podcast, yeah, because I need to copy it to the description, or you will
Yeah,
actually.
I will.
Bro.
That one there, which there's so
I
many
don't like the
designs.
design.
Yeah, but look, you can change it. There's loads.
Where have you linked it, man? I can't find
see
it.
It's in the podcast room.
In the podcast room, I meant in the description for... I'm using my
So-
phone
Okay,
to look at
the
the...
designs are actually pretty cool.
I think I've seen this.
Look at them all. Look at all those
Wow.
crazy
It's
designs.
expensive though, like 30 quid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not really a gaming one either, which is what I'm looking for, of course.
Yes. They probably have some of them actually.
That's not that bad pricing. £30 for a wireless mouse
But
made by
this is a
Logitech with a
laptop
cool
one.
design. Yeah, this is a laptop mouse, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. They've got a few with extra buttons. Let me link you to this.
Yeah, but
very
design doesn't
slow.
really affect me because I don't really look at the design. My hands usually covering it.
Oh yeah, but that's like saying there's no point buying a nice computer case because it sits under your desk. It's still something nice to have, just in case you do catch a glimpse of it. It looks nice. Same with your mouse. If that's if you have a nice mouse sitting on your desk, it can just make your desk look cool.
Yeah, I suppose if it blended in with your general theme.
Yeah. The general theme may be flowers, and if it is, there you go.
They've got a performance mouse.
I
Which is-
like that G600 MMO gaming mouse.
I was looking at that.
Where's that?
It has like numbers on it, like so you can do binds and stuff. But I just don't get how you can Like,
I
you
don't-
manage to press all the buttons when you're using a mouse.
Yeah.
like
I
that.
would always press the wrong button, that's for sure. I'd bind like half of them to the same thing because I
They're
know I'd
tiny.
mispress.
Your thumb would press like 2 or 3 at the same time.
The G600 one.
The G600,
Yeah.
the white one. I just
20
more like the
buttons.
look of it.
Which colour?
I like a white mouse.
White.
Yeah, but there's no design, only black and white.
Yeah, I like the pure white one. So are all of these brand new, or is it
I
the
think
only one?
All of them. I think they've got. What did it say? They've got. Six.
700 at
Six
the bottom.
mice, 2 keyboards, and 2 headsets.
Oh, can we look at the headsets? Can you link us them?
headsets, I
And the
can
keyboards
link
as well.
Yes. The keyboards.
What was my mouse that I had?
I don't know. Your
think
mouse
mine-
is Logitech as well.
Oh yeah. I just realised I have a Logitech.
What is the
what's my other
Logitech
mouse?
Cube?
I don't know. I saw that,
It's
but I have no idea
60
what it
quid.
is. What does it do?
I don't know.
Grab and go mouse starts big conversation. It's a mouse.
What, the Logitech Cube?
I don't know. I'm watching the video now. Well, Hannah is. Well, I'm watching it, but there's no sound
It's like a razor.
because it's on Hannah's computer.
It's loud.
It's loud. It's loud, everyone.
It's loud.
Okay.
Mute
It's
it.
loud.
Okay. Right. So video.
Apparently it will fascinate your friends and family. Colleagues and clients.
It's a mouse. It's a mouse.
What, a
It doesn't
cube
look very
mouse?
good.
It's literally a mouse.
Yeah, but then why has it got a
And a
picture, right, of
remote
2
control.
in the only on when you want it? It's got a picture of 2 mice.
Honestly, it looks like the biggest waste of money in the world. But
£60 for a square or a block.
no, it just doesn't seem worth it to me.
Seeming
It's
as
a receiver, apparently.
Yeah, it's like a pointer and a mouse.
Oh, okay. I understand. Like, if you go and give like these speeches to like lectures and that kind of stuff, maybe it'd be alright. But £60 still.
A lot of money for a mouse.
you know, I said Logitech have released 2 headsets.
Yeah.
Well, now that they've released 2 headsets, guess how many headsets they have?
Oh, it's going to be loads, isn't it?
69.
2.
Oh, really?
Are you,
Apparently,
no,
these are the
Logitech
only-
have loads of headsets released.
Really? Well, their website is stupid then.
I'm looking at the G510 gaming keyboard. Anyone would think this podcast was sponsored by
Logitech.
$150 G930 headset. That looks quite cool.
It looks
You get
very
discount if
funky.
you buy Logitech and EA games together.
Really?
Yeah.
Must
Just
buy
a
an
heads
EA
up.
game though.
Well, we bought some
EA
discount.
games, challenge everything.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
they only do 2 gaming headsets. Yeah, that's 2 gaming
Oh.
headsets.
Oh, they're just gaming headsets. I apologise.
Well, I may have to look into their new hardware because as I mentioned, I'm looking for a new headset. I'm looking for a new mouse and keyboard, and I've seen a couple nice things that I like there.
But if
Oh,
you're going
righty
for a
then.
headset, you should go for like Triton or something.
I was thinking of going for the Razer something or other,
Is that-
Razer
or whatever one it
Naga.
was that JJ linked the other week.
The Razer Naga. That's a mouse. You don't want that.
The
It's a mouse.
it begins with T, I think. Either way, it had like 7.1 surround sound, and not like virtual 7.1. It actually had like different speakers in the headset itself.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
much is
Razer's
that?
apparently like a proper gaming, like professional gaming system. Apparently, Razer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but same with Triton and Astro.
Yeah, I mean, I know.
It all depends on who pays the biggest check to the people that they have to work with.
sponsors.
But yeah, so lots of new hardware coming from Logitech. That's cool.
Cool, but I just realised my mouse is also Logitech, and I think my mouse is pretty cool.
Oh, you like your mouse? Okay, I like your mouse as well. I don't want a wireless one though. Wireless mouse or keyboard. I don't want one.
I
Wireless
always
keyboards are
wanted.
annoying.
I always wanted a wireless mouse or wireless well, both. But I see now that
Yeah, that's exactly it.
can get a
I
lot
had a
more.
wireless mouse and keyboard, and it was nothing but trouble all the time.
You need batteries all the time as well.
I always needed batteries, and sometimes it would lag. Like, I had to get a USB extender to put it on my desk so it would actually pick up.
Yes, that's what I put.
Hannah has to do that as well, and sometimes it would fall off. Like the USB extension would like catch on something and it would fall off my desk, and then suddenly my mouse and keyboard wouldn't work.
Yeah.
I like having my keyboard on a desk in front of me with the cable because I feel like I'm having more personal time on my computer.
Okay.
What? It's a personal computer for a reason.
Yeah. Okay. I can understand that. I think wireless keyboard and mice are good for certain setups, but not for me personally. So yeah.
Yeah, each their own.
Speaking of things that aren't for me.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good segue. No, it wasn't. The new Walking Dead game apparently has appalling reviews.
It does.
Does it really?
Apparently it has absolutely appalling reviews because apparently it's absolutely terrible. Now, something else that's interesting is the only positive reviews it has on Metacritic are from really weird usernames. And they've only ever reviewed one game, and it's this game. So people are thinking that Activision are trying to fuck over the scoring by rating it 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine that if you're like a massive fanboy of Walking Dead, that you might give it a good review because you're just so committed to it.
But honestly, I think... sorry. Dick Cheese 2, LOL for Noob.
Uncle Bobby B.
Some people do have some very weird usernames.
Yeah, but it's a strange coincidence that all the people that are rating it 10 out of 10 have really generically weird usernames.
Yeah, Activision would not make an account called Dick Cheese.
No, I
Well,
don't think so.
okay, but does anyone know it's Activision?
No.
Exactly. There you go. No one's gonna ever find out that it's Activision. Metacritic aren't
How
gonna
many
look into
10
it.
out of 10s have they got?
Yeah, all of the 10 out of 10s. Bear in mind that that's all the positive reviews. You're only looking at positive right now.
Oh, okay. There's someone called A Real Gamer.
Yeah, a real gamer. How he's probably not.
I don't know.
It's still only got a 4.7 user score though.
That's exactly it. It's got a 4.7 user score. That's
So
tiny.
even with all these great reviews, it's not helping at all. So 107 people gave it a negative review, 85 gave it positive, and there was a mixed view on 18.
Honestly, I'm disappointed because I love Walking Dead and I love zombie games. I was really disappointed that they didn't spend a bit more time on it. Like, they barely really publicised it, and then they just released it. They only announced it like 6 months ago, and that was when it was in like super duper pre-alpha, super pre-alpha 0.01.
Yeah. You know, I reckon what happens obviously is, what happens is they get like an offer from a company that makes games, they want to make it. They go, yeah, because they'll get a massive payout, and then the company wants to rush it out there as soon as possible to get the money quick.
Yeah, and the thing is that the reason that they announced it 6 months ago, or like they announced it around about the end of the point-and-click adventure series. Okay, they announced it right at the end of that, and it's just, you know, they obviously realised how, because that point-and-click adventure game is like, I personally see it as one of the best games I've ever played, and I know a lot of people actually agree with me in terms of how good it was.
Yeah.
And they obviously just decided that it was Walking Dead, and people would think of it as even better if it was a first-person shooter.
I don't think it
had
needs that,
potential.
though.
It did have potential.
Oh, it had a great potential.
They just didn't. I think that's a game that needs a year or two spent on it to be good. But the thing is, they need to know where Walking Dead's going to be in a year or two, and I think that there's no actual like certain outcomes. So they want to get it out when.
Well, in a year or two, the Walking Dead will still be a massive franchise. The show is nowhere near done.
I
Would
hope
it be as
not.
popular?
Will it be as popular? I don't see why not. It's the most popular show on television right now, other than
In my opinion,
another show,
series
which I'm going to talk
3
about
at
as
the
well.
moment for me has been the worst one. So I'm just thinking that if it keeps going like that, then they just
I
need to
think
keep
Series
getting
2 was the worst, personally.
I don't
Yeah,
know. I
I
like
think-
the idea of holding up a farm and living there for.
I like the idea of holding up a farm, but they weren't holding anything up. Nothing happened.
Oh, did you not see the last episode of the series?
Oh, okay. So the last episode of the series was amazing. It wasn't, actually. It wasn't that great. It was kind of edge of your seat kind of thing, but it wasn't amazing. Series 1 was the best. Series 2 was okay, and Series 3 is great.
I think ever since Shane went, it just went bam.
Yeah.
He was a
I
good
don't think so.
character, but
He was a good character. He was the evil that there was.
You needed Rick and Shane, like you needed that like dynamic.
That head-to-head, which there is now, I guess, between the Governor and Rick, but
kind of different.
kind of different. Well, go on.
No, you go.
No, what were you? I was going to change the subject, so if you have something
So
else
was
valid.
I.
Oh, what were you going to say?
I've got another doobie-doo here.
Another topic?
Yeah.
Go on then.
I don't know. Right. Okay. So you've got World of Warcraft, yeah? Have you heard of that? I don't know if you've heard of that game.
It's
What?
It's like it's made by some indie developer, isn't it?
Oh, sorry, what game is it?
World of Warcraft.
World of Warcraft.
Oh no, I haven't heard of it.
I think it just got greenlit on Steam.
Okay.
Oh, alright.
Okay. Yeah. I've got. So, what is Warcraft?
Warcraft is the original like concept of the game. It was kind of like an RTS kind of game. You had like heroes and stuff, and you had to, attack other players on the map. Kind of like basically, like Command and Conquer style gameplay,
right.
where it was you controlling an army.
Okay.
Like World of Warcraft meets StarCraft.
What?
Like World of Warcraft meets StarCraft.
Yeah, like StarCraft, but with World of Warcraft characters, right?
Yeah.
And they decided that they were going to make an MMO based off it in the same world. So it's the same world as World of Warcraft, but an RTS.
Okay. Basically, Blizzard have made an iPad game. It's a free-to-play card game.
Really?
Yeah.
Called
Heard about this.
Yeah, Warcraft.
What they did was they announced that they were releasing a brand new game that wasn't a sequel, and they said they were going to have a big press conference at PAX about it. Everyone got really excited, and they were like, "So this brand new fucking amazing game that isn't a sequel," so everyone immediately thought it was new IP. They go, "This new amazing game that isn't a sequel is a free iPad app that's actually a card game for World of Warcraft."
I bet a lot of people were gutted.
I haven't seen it.
Can't complain though if it's
We
free.
should download it.
Yeah, we'll have to whip it out on the iPad.
I don't know if it's out yet.
When it is out then.
Warcraft's beta testing for this title is promised soon.
How can you beta test an app? I guess they'll have logins and only certain people will be able to log in or something. Well, it would be interesting to see where that goes. Honestly, I think it was a mistake on their part to big it up so much.
Yeah, I think so.
They need something new. I don't know, they don't really, do they? Diablo 3 sold really well despite the fact that people hated it.
Yeah.
World of Warcraft's still going strong as hell.
Although they've dumbed it down, which I think has lost a lot of users.
Oh, they were losing users like hotcakes. Losing users like hotcakes. That's not right. They were losing users there.
I lose hotcakes all the time.
Yeah, me too. Neil, anything to chime in? Hello?
Hello. I don't know,
Hi.
I'm just, yeah.
I thought we'd lost you.
No, you haven't lost
Neil
me,
doesn't
definitely.
play World of Warcraft.
You used to?
I don't. I used to, but I did this thing where I'd just make an account, get to level 10, start again, and just keep doing that repeatedly. So I never actually progressed on it.
Oh, okay. It's a good game. Honestly, I was kind of hoping that they were going to make like World of StarCraft, an MMO based in the future, right?
That would be pretty
Yeah,
insane.
that'd be cool. But then some people were like, "Oh my god, Eve is so much better," and people were just.
Well, no, because the difference is with
Rip
Eve
it.
Eve is based 100% around like spaceships and space battle, whereas this would be you'd make a character that would walk around on the floor a lot more.
Yeah.
Also, I highly doubt people would then go, "Oh my god, Eve is better," because Blizzard, man, Blizzard shit sells like hotcakes. I can use it. But that'll be interesting to see how that goes. I want I was gonna say I want a new MMO to come out. That's
I just
cool,
want
but I
World of
don't.
Warcraft to be like upgraded graphics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, I think the
I
World
mean-
of Warcraft graphics are alright.
I've been playing a lot of another free MMO, and the graphics seem. I don't know. There's a different style of graphics, but they just seem clearer and better.
I played that
But-
as well the other day.
I
I
recommend
just-
trying Aeon. Do you remember that, Neil?
Oh, awful.
Was it awful? I just remember the graphics were really good.
I remember Alex got it, no one knows him, he got it for me, but yeah, I didn't really like it. I played it and I just didn't like it.
No one knows him.
No one in this conversation except me and Neil know him.
Oh.
Actually, Hannah's met him as well. Actually, everyone but JJ knows him.
Yeah, so everyone but JJ and
He went to Worthing College, JJ, so you may have actually met him anyway.
What was his name?
Alex Pemberton.
Neil, thousands of people will listen to this.
Or say hi from Neil. And Mike.
But yeah,
And Hannah and JJ.
Hello. Yes.
but yeah, that new card game, we'll get it. We'll probably never play it.
It's free, so why not?
Why not get it? Yeah,
Why not?
$1 booster packs. That's how they make money.
Another, just, this is personal. Not particularly personal, but just a personal I need an opinion. Windows 8.
Yep.
If I get that, I won't be able to play any games on it, will I?
Why wouldn't you?
Well, because all my games run on Windows 7.
There'll be some games you can't, but they'll
Well,
probably.
no, that's not even close to true. Every game will run on it.
Every
You
game,
sure?
really?
Really?
Yeah, I'm 100% sure every game will run on it.
I
but
don't-
like some
Other
games
than
with XP
game,
wouldn't work on
except
Windows
games that don't work on Windows 7. Windows 8 is just Windows 7, but with a bit more
Oh.
fancy stuff chucked on.
7. So 8 will literally run on Windows 7 games, like Vista. Or
Every
like,
single bit of software that runs on Windows 7 will run on Windows 8.
They wouldn't
Okay,
make it so
guarantee
you
that.
couldn't do that.
I'll probably get it then.
I like Windows 8 personally. I like the design and everything. My stepdad got it, and was when I spoke to him, because when they came down a couple of weeks ago, and I saw his laptop had Windows 8 on it, I was like, oh, you got Windows 8? And he goes, oh fuck, just fucking worst bit of software in the world. Google Chrome doesn't work on it. They broke Google Chrome. And I'm like, okay, David.
Does he not know what he's talking about?
He has no inkling as to what he's talking about.
Okay.
Sometimes he really knows what he's talking about with certain things, but when it comes to computers, he doesn't. And it's bad because I can't correct him because he just I know what I'm talking about, and my whole family know that I know what I'm talking about until I tell David to do something or that he's wrong about something, and then everyone in my family thinks I'm wrong.
Yeah.
It's like
Right.
everyone knows everything, but David knows slightly more. No, sorry, I know everything, but David knows slightly more than I do. Apparently.
Just do it, and then when you're right, then you'll be the one laughing.
But there's nothing it's not something I can do. I'll be like, oh, that's you were probably doing something wrong. To him, he'll be
I
like,
remember when
no,
you
it's
used to be
Windows. The fact that he was blaming Windows for Google Chrome not working as well is part of it,
Yes,
right?
Yes.
It's obvious that he doesn't know what he's talking about because he was blaming Windows for Google Chrome not working. I think what he didn't like is sometimes when you launch certain software through the Metro thing, it launches it as a full screen program.
Yeah.
It will launch Google Chrome so it doesn't have the taskbar at the bottom and stuff anymore.
Ah, yes.
And I
I
think
don't
that's
know.
what he was complaining about and decided that was breaking.
Well,
I haven't actually had any experience with Windows 8.
I only had experience with the beta, which I installed, and I liked it a lot.
It looks really nice, but I think it's more of a tablet kind of thing. I don't think
That's
it really
exactly it.
suits
That
It's
it's very good for touch.
It's designed. Yeah, it's designed for touchscreen.
And when I'm on a PC, I don't want to touch my screen.
Oh, you need a touch screen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If you wanted to touch the screen.
Yeah, but shut up.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think it will be cool to to use. I like Windows 8. I may end up getting Windows 8 one day. Although honestly, I think I can honestly say if Armour ran on Ubuntu, I would use Ubuntu as my main OS because Armour's the only game I really play, and every other game I play runs on Ubuntu anyway.
Yeah.
Ubuntu.
Going back to Windows though, they always go in a pattern, don't they?
Yeah, it's good, bad, good, bad, good, bad.
Yeah. So
Bring on Windows 9.
yeah, that'd be good.
Question. Another question.
Go on.
Will I upgrade from Windows 7 to Windows 8, or will I have to? Oh,
Oh yeah, you could buy a Windows 8 upgrade pack rather than buying Windows 8 fully.
would that be a good idea?
It's cheaper and it carries over all your files and stuff.
Okay. I'll probably do that.
It basically keeps everything in the exact same format, but it is Windows 8 instead of Windows 7.
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome.
I'll probably do that then.
Do it.
Another completely different topic. Have any of you? I know Hannah hasn't. I've fucking watched it religiously. Have either of you two watched House of Cards? House
Never
of
heard of it.
Cards. Sorry, Neil.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it. It's massive over here in the States. It's apparently the most watched TV show at the moment. It's not even on TV. It's a Netflix exclusive.
In the world.
It's so good that it's actually most watched on TV without being on TV.
Yeah. Well, I mean, IMDb, it's apparently the most talked about TV show on the internet at the moment. And
I don't believe it. I still think Walking Dead is.
I don't know, but it's a really good show.
My Little Pony.
What's it about then?
It follows a guy, Frank Underwood, who is a congressman for the United States government.
Yep.
And it follows just here, it's supposed to be like a inside view on the government, basically. And it's just
stars
really like
Kevin
it follows
Spacey.
him through various issues and stuff that he has to fight against. I'm not going to spoil it just in case either of you. I mean, I personally would I couldn't recommend another show higher. To be honest with you, I think I prefer it to Walking Dead because
No,
it's
you can't
such
say
a
that.
good show. Like, it's Kevin Spacey. You know, do you guys know who Kevin Spacey is?
No.
Of course, I know who Kevin Spacey is.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, like American Beauty and stuff like that. He
Sure.
Don't.
Hannah doesn't.
I
Yeah,
do.
man.
Yeah, but you've seen the guy on the TV on the
Yeah, I
computer
know.
when I'm watching it. Yeah, Kevin Spacey. You didn't know who he is, Neil?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, he does. The
Oh, yeah, okay.
I didn't.
Yeah. American Beauty and what other movies and TV shows?
A lot. He's very famous.
He's very famous. If you Google him, you'll immediately go, "Oh, him." Google him.
He's got
Kevin
a very nice
Spacey.
voice as well.
He does. Well, he does an accent in this, like a southern accent.
Oh.
But it's still, yeah, he sounds really cool, and the whole show it's really, really cool. And honestly, I don't think I've watched something this good ever. Like, I just enjoy it thoroughly.
Oh, it's him.
There you go. And what they did was they released all 13 episodes because it's on Netflix. It's produced and published and everything by Netflix. They released all 13 episodes at the same time on the same day. Now I have to wait a fucking year before I can watch the next series.
That's annoying. But then again, I suppose like when you finish watching 1 hour, you're like, I want to watch the next one.
Yeah, there's
I
two
hate
ways
the
of
week
looking at it
waits.
though. It's good because it means you can watch them all at the same time, but it's bad because the way Walking Dead keeps you like suspense, and the way it keeps you wanting to watch the next series is you watch it for like 6 months, and then you only have to wait 6 months. I watched it all. I finished the last episode last night. I now have to wait almost a whole year for the next series to be released.
Is
And
it
I
over?
remember.
No, I mean on House of Cards.
Oh, what are you talking about? One
What?
more.
And I remember when we were behind with Walking Dead, so we'd watch one episode and it would end, and we wouldn't be feeling the suspense because
Because
we
we
knew.
just immediately watch it afterwards.
Yeah.
But
Whereas
I mean,
now
they've left the series on a very interesting note, like in a very interesting point, and I'm very excited to see what happens in the next series. I'm very excited.
Well, on the
I'm
topic
excited
of
for you,
on
Brian.
TV stuff, have you ever seen Homeland?
Homeland, no, I've heard really good stuff though.
My parents
Love
have
it.
watched it.
I might have to crack it out sometime now that House of Cards is over.
we need
Actually,
to find something else to do.
There's
I
two
believe-
series, and they've got the third one.
I believe the Queen watches it.
Yes, that's one. She's the one that got me into it, really.
Oh no, it might be Obama actually. I think it's Obama.
It's
I always
Obama
get-
that watches it, yeah, because
I
you
always
you
get
saw on
mixed
Top
up.
Gear, he met Obama because Obama was a big fan.
I always get mixed up between the Queen and Obama.
To be honest with
Oh,
you,
yeah.
like
They're
one's
so
the
alike.
one's the most powerful man in the world, and the other one's Obama. So you know they're very different people.
Yes.
No, but honestly, I highly recommend it.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to give it a watch. Is it on Netflix?
I don't know.
What channel?
Why
is
did
it
you
on?
Why did you laugh at that, JJ? I
Don't
was
know.
legitimately asking.
I don't know.
I don't know what channel it's on either.
Okay, I'll see if it's on Netflix. If it's not, then I'll have to watch it very, very legally.
Of course. As legally as you can watch it.
You know what's funny is that we've been talking for ages, and I've only covered one of my topics out of the 4 that I have.
Holy sausages.
Neil is an amazing person to have as a co-host.
Good job, Neil.
Doing good, Neil.
What?
Doing good, Neil.
But
Keep up
I'll
the
move on
good
to
work.
one of my next topics.
Go.
So in Hong Kong, they've opened a new data center. Do you guys know what a data center is?
It's where they keep loads of data.
Yeah,
Where servers are
Yeah.
hosted in
data.
data centers. They've started a new data center in a cave. I thought it was just kind of funny. It's nothing particularly
I've
like.
just checked the
They got
post.
picturings.
I'm opening the link now. I didn't actually
it?
read it, so I could be completely wrong.
It's a really messy cave.
Is it Beast Node?
Beast Node.
Oh, where's the... It'd be nice and cool down there though, wouldn't it?
That's exactly it. I think it's because it's so cool and it's going to have such good like so much space, so much air, space for the air to move and stuff.
Yeah, but if there's an earthquake, it could all collapse on itself.
Well, it's the same with any other fucking data center, then, isn't it?
Yeah, but they can do a lot of... Shut up. You can create a lot of structural support for like...
Yeah, well, surely you can in a cave, which they probably will. I'm sure they're not
But
going to
that's
leave
ruining
thousands and
nature.
thousands of users' data like in a place where it can easily get crushed. I don't know if Hong Kong is actually very prone to earthquakes anyway.
It's near
Well, they
Japan,
were.
and Japan is.
Yeah, they are.
Japan, I guess.
That's when they had that really bad nuclear dodginess, didn't they?
What, in Japan?
Fukushima.
Was that in Japan or China?
Yeah.
That was in
It was
Japan. That was in Nagasaki and Hiroshima.
Fukushima, yeah.
That was
That was
bad.
Hiroshima.
Fukushima.
Fukushima?
Pretty sure.
I was very confused when I went into Tim Hortons the other day and the woman had a badge saying I'm from Hiroshima, and I thought, how the fuck did you live there? It's like radiation everywhere. So I guess I was wrong.
I think it's right
actually...
in Fukushima now.
Sorry? You think it's
you can
alright?
live near-
I know
not
it's
in
not
it,
alright in
near.
like in Chernobyl and Pripyat
Yeah,
where
but that's not Fukushima. That's completely.
Yeah, but
Cherno?
my
You in Cherno?
Chernobyl.
Chernicals, yeah?
Yeah. Friendlies in Cherno. Speaking of DayZ,
Dodgy.
of DayZ,
Yep.
there is no link because I forgot
is it?
where I read this. So,
I can't click on it.
but yeah, I believe Rocket said that the earliest it would be released would be June. The earliest the alpha will be released is June.
That's still that far away.
Well, it is when they said that it was going to be released in December.
True. But it could be
But they
a lot
changed the
longer.
whole-
And also, it's far away when he's going away at the end of March and coming back at early June. So, it's annoying. I want it to come out sooner.
Well, I'd rather they spend more time on it and it'd be amazing than rush it out and it'd be really raw poor, you know.
But that's the point of an alpha.
Yeah, but if they release a really rubbish alpha, then people might just expect it all to be terrible and never continue playing. They do
I
have an
guess.
alpha out though, and they're releasing it to
They've got like the
proper
pre-alpha,
trusted
yeah.
people in the community.
Yeah, they've got a pre-alpha, but that doesn't really count.
I suppose they want this alpha to be as good as possible before they just release it.
Yeah, I haven't played the
It's not
mod in so
modding.
long.
They don't want it to be like, was it Linger?
Deadlinger.
Yeah.
That's actually
wrong
had an
with
update recently, and it looks really cool.
Oh.
What's wrong with that one?
That's not the prison update, is it?
No, the one after the prison update. Deadlinger, Neill, is a game that was announced, was kickstarted back in April.
Yeah.
They got like double the amount that they were hoping for. This was before like the DayZ rave, whatever you want to call it, hype. That's the one. This was before the DayZ hype. Now they kickstarted it back in April and they got double what they asked for, and they were like, we're gonna have like an amazing game to be released in like beta by the end of the year. And in October, that was in 2012, and in October they released, on October 31st they released the first version of the game, and it was unplayably bad. Like, the animations were terrible, the game, I know they released it in alpha, but the game was like literally, you would spend 5 seconds playing it and then there'd be nothing else to do. The zombies weren't even worth mentioning because they attacked you, but only if you were stupid enough to stand still for like 10 minutes. And they've been updating it slowly since then, but still, you know, you spend 5 seconds playing and that's it, you've done everything. There's no... the only redeeming feature, and if they can figure this out and actually get the game going properly, this will be good, is the fact that the world is 100% randomly generated.
I suppose that's a good idea, but
It's a good idea, but but the problem is that you can host a server on your computer, but you can't host server files on a server, right?
yeah.
So the problem is when someone hosts it on their computer, it doesn't save the world.
Ah.
So like if the world gets deleted, you know, like there's no consistency, there's no point in playing because nothing happens, nothing cool goes on.
Yeah. I like the idea of things staying the same, actually, to be fair. Like, in these kind of games, random generation I don't really think is that good.
I like the idea of it being randomly generated to the point that, like, an unending world. Like Minecraft, right? Minecraft, you still have that level of, you know, you know exactly where you are and stuff because you've played on the map before.
That's a completely
Like,
different
it doesn't,
kind of
you
game,
don't...
though.
Yeah, but... Okay, fair enough, okay. Honestly, I think the random map thing is awesome, but they really needed to just figure out the whole game itself, because the game itself at the moment is terribly boring. The graphics were appallingly bad. They've recently released an update, and it doesn't change the gameplay, but the graphics look a lot better.
Yeah.
They just need something to do in the game.
Yeah, they need something to do. Because right now, like, you spawn on, like, in the middle of nowhere, you find a town, you raid the town, and all the houses are, like, they look the same, and there's a few guns in houses, so you can pick up the guns and just
Inventory's
nothing.
quite cool.
The inventory is kind of cool because it's like a backpack.
You got to fit it all in and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's good. It's cool, but it's just not worth $30.
It's $30.
Yeah, I spent $30 on it.
That's like more expensive than DayZ is. And, like DayZ is amazing.
Exactly, yeah. But you know, I'm watching their website. I'm watching their Twitter to see what happens. But at the moment, nothing. It's not looking great.
I just really want a new game where you can play with your friends and be really involved in it.
Yeah, that's it. Because right now, we really don't play many games together at all. We play Armor Wasteland together sometimes, but
I enjoy it. But yeah, I'm just getting to that point now where I'm doing the same thing every time, and it is getting to the point, you know, on something new really.
And also, we just don't want to be playing a game from 5 years ago. We want a game that's new to play.
Yeah, I mean, I was playing. Have you ever heard of Trouble in Terrorist Town?
Yeah, that's Gary's mod, of course, which is again about 5 years old.
An
more
old
than 5
game,
years
yeah,
old.
I know. It's like all these old games that are coming out. They're doing good ideas, but why isn't something new creating something for us? And it's always
agree.
mods that do it as well.
I agree completely.
Get on
So,
that shit, game designers.
yeah, game developers, get on that. And my last topic is Bill Gates has announced that if anyone makes a high-tech next-generation condom, he'll give them $100,000.
He's a bit cheap.
Now,
He's a billionaire, and that's all he's giving them.
well, bear in mind, he's said that he's pledged that when he dies, 90% of his funds will go to charity.
GG.
Yeah, I suppose.
I mean, it's not like his kids or anyone else around him needs money. They're all pretty set.
I'd still get a few billion, 10%. Like,
Yeah, exactly. How much is he worth? I'm going to Google it.
I'm gonna find out. Forbes.
He's worth $67 billion. So if they got 10%, they would get $6.7 billion.
That is amazing.
Which means just over $60 billion is going to be given to charity in about
How much money would
40
he
years
earn
when this guy
on
dies.
interest?
Yeah, every day his interest must he must be caking it.
He can retire. I think he has retired.
He's chairman of Microsoft still, and he also has the Bill and Miranda Gates Foundation, which
Isn't that
is a
his
charity.
main priority now? Like, isn't he? Sort
Yeah,
of
he's a chairman. He's on the board for Microsoft still, but that's just like because that's his baby, right? But the Bill and Miranda Gates Foundation is his major work right now.
Microsoft is just his hobby.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
yeah. According to his Wikipedia, he remains at
Weekend
Microsoft
job.
as a non-executive chairman.
He can go back whenever he wants, though.
Oh, well, he's still probably the majority shareholder. So yeah.
It's weird to think that, like, technically someone could tell him what to do. Well, they couldn't really, but he's not like an executive, and he's
Just
still
throw-
opposed to it.
Yeah, but he's the chairman of the board, and as much as you have CEOs and executives of a company, the board is the most important part of a company. Everything that happens has to go through the board, and the chairman can easily just turn down absolutely anything. That's his
He
job.
seems like he just seems like a really friendly guy as well.
I don't think you could tell Bill Gates what to do, actually. He'd probably just get someone to kill you.
Honestly, I think he would just do what you asked.
Do you think? So if you just said, give me all your money, he'd just be like,
Oh no, not like that.
oh.
He'd be
But like,
"Push your
if
arse,
you
I'll
said
give
to him
it
like,
a
"Oh,
charity."
can you get me?" If you're at his house doing an interview with him, like you were interviewing him for something he was doing for the Bill and Miranda Gates Foundation, and you said to him, "Oh, could you get me a glass of water?" He'd probably go, "Yeah, sure. Hang on, make a sec. I'll go get you one."
Or maid, can you get me a glass of water, please?
I don't think he has staff, to be honest
Fine,
with you.
he'll get a robot to do it.
He probably has drivers, but that's it.
Drive to the kitchen to get him? He's got such a big house. He has drivers in the house.
What about if you're out, like getting coffee with Bill Gates, and you'd be like,
I do.
oh, I haven't got any change. Can you get this?
I forgot my wallet. They
Can
don't
you get
accept.
this?
They charge an extra $1 if you use a debit. Oh man, do you reckon you could spot me like $5 and then I'll,
I reckon
Do you reckon he carries money though? What would you do if he said, "Can I wait? I need to wait till my next paycheck before I can really afford it."
Sorry, I'm saving at the moment.
I'm trying to buy a new computer. Like my Xbox red ringed, so I can't really afford much at the moment.
Damn Microsoft repair price.
Yeah. Oh, the warranty ended last week and it red ringed this morning when I tried to play. I think I'll just get the PlayStation 4 in honesty.
I'm gonna buy a Mac. Do you reckon he owns a
Do you
Mac?
think he plays it?
I reckon he owns a Mac.
Do you think he plays on the Xbox?
I don't reckon he plays on the
No,
Xbox.
I don't think he does.
I reckon he has.
He still
one,
programs though from time to time.
Yeah, I reckon he owns
Sorry.
an Xbox. And
Do you reckon
he
he
watches movies.
uses-
I reckon he owns many Xboxes, but I don't
I
reckon
reckon
he
he has
plays
a room
games on them.
dedicated to them, like a museum of Xboxes.
He probably has a museum of Microsoft at his house.
Oh, I want to meet Bill Gates. I want to meet him just so he can give me a bit of money.
Do you think he
You
ever
re-
uses what's the first operating system he made? Was it DOS? What's it called?
I don't know. I
MS-DOS.
thought it was just something like that.
Yeah.
I don't reckon he does.
No.
No.
Oh.
I reckon he uses a Mac. To be honest with you, to be quite honest with you, I reckon he uses a Mac that has Windows installed on it.
Just
don't
to
know what
spite
this is.
Apple.
Yeah. I like your hardware, but your OS sucks.
If they teamed up, that'd be amazing.
I don't think they would.
Actually, there'd be no competition to keep them getting
That's
better.
exactly it. There'd be no competition. If they teamed up, Ubuntu would become the best.
Probably.
Which they should team up actually. Yeah. I'm a big fan of Ubuntu, and I want it to become more mainstream.
I don't understand, right? When Microsoft don't make like that many games, like they're Bill Gates is rich enough to fund a brilliant games developer.
What games have they? Because Microsoft Game Studios is the game developer, or at least the publisher. What games have they
They don't
published?
really make, do they? They publish them.
Yeah. What games
They
have
need
they
to
published?
Halo.
That's it, really, isn't it?
They've
This is
done
Microsoft.
Gears of War.
They published Gears of War?
Sorry,
So.
is this
I thought that was
Microsoft?
Unreal.
I thought it was.
You're talking about Microsoft
I'm gonna
games.
Google it. Yeah.
All the simulation games.
Oh yeah, I guess all the plane simulations.
Road sweeping simulator.
That's not Microsoft, is it?
They did Space Simulator.
Yeah.
Really?
Really old game.
Train simulator.
Publishers, yeah, publishers for Gears of War is Microsoft.
Age of Empires.
Developer is Epic Game Studios.
Yeah, Age of Empires.
Yeah, Age of
Really?
Empires. They do Skulls of the Shogun.
Oh, are you looking at Microsoft Game Studios now?
Yeah, I am. Minesweeper.
Minesweeper, Pinball, Solitaire.
Yeah, Pac-Man. Solitaire
Pac-Man.
Collection.
They did the first Mass Effect.
Fruit
apparently.
Ninja. That's them.
No.
They publish it.
Paint.
And Angry Birds.
I think they publish it by saying that they mean it's on the Windows phone. Because I think the way it works is that a game developer doesn't need a publisher if they have that distribution platform. Because the point of a publisher is they invest in the game to help distribute it
Oh, okay.
as well as make it. But an
So it's
iPhone
Wikipedia's
game
lying to
doesn't
me.
take much to make, and then they use that app store to sell it, which means they don't need a publisher to help distribute.
Well, I know, because I'm part of the Expert Zone thingy, I get the games from Microsoft really cheap, and as far as I'm aware, the ones I get from them are ones that they publish. And they did Fable.
Oh yeah, they did Fable. Yeah, I think
Alan Wake.
they own Lionhead Studios along with Peter Molyneux,
They brought it. Peter Molyneux doesn't own it anymore.
doesn't he? Oh no, he's moved on to his crappy little cube thing.
Oh, Peter. Oh, I know. He's amazing, right? I went to that thing he did at Resd, and he gave an amazing speech. He was just exceptional. Got everyone hyped up for this new
Well, yeah,
Cube
that's the thing. He's an amazing salesman, isn't he?
And you get it. And for the first 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you can't even connect to the cube.
I can.
When you do connect, you start tapping away, and eventually, all of them just disappear around you because everyone's tapping. So it's not really real time like you promised. Obviously, it's hard to do that, but to the extent of what happened, it was annoying. And now everyone's died away, and the cube's so huge that no one's ever going to get to the middle of it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't he was like, "Oh, you'll be so curious, you won't be able to stop." It's like that. No,
Where's
Peter.
the time?
I
Bad,
enjoyed it. I enjoyed
Peter.
tapping away for the first week, and then I got bored, and I was like, I'm never getting to the centre of this, so goodbye.
Stupid
It's
Peter.
also the fact that I know that whatever happens at the centre, I'm probably not going to be the one that reveals it anyway. So
Yeah.
what's the point? What's the point of me doing all this for that, and then the person might not even tell everyone what it is, or it's probably
Yeah.
some really rubbish idea.
Yeah, Yeah, he was like, "It'll change the way everybody thinks about everything."
Yeah, he'll just give you like a spoiler from like a movie about how someone was dreaming instead of actually living it.
Chocolate bar.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
A lifetime supply of.
Money.
Yorkies.
Probably curious curiosity killed the cat or something like that, and then
So, like,
He'll
you'll
kill
click
you.
on it and then a gun will come out your screen and shoot you in the
Yeah.
face.
And no one will ever know what it was because only the person that got shot will know.
The police will just arrive and there'll be a gun sticking out of an iPhone. Like a
It
12-year-old
would have
boy
changed
dead on the
his life
floor.
and those around him.
No, and everyone will sue Apple.
Everyone's like, why did you include this feature to Apple? And Apple will be like, well, honestly, we didn't think anyone would use it. We're just happy people used it. Silly Apple. Yeah, so lots of interesting stuff. Oh, of course they did Forza Motorsport.
The Gears of War's the best, I think. No, Halo's probably their best one.
Halo's better. I was never a massive fan of Gears of War, as you know.
It's really depending on like what you like though, because it's a weird kind of game. Like
I got
I
into
played-
it a bit. I think I played number 2 quite a bit. Not online, I only have a single player.
yeah. Well, once I got into Call of Duty, like really into that, I didn't really play Gears as much because it's a third person shooter and it's really hard to adjust.
Yeah,
Crackdown.
that's true. Crackdown. I never actually played that, but I heard it was really good.
Dance Central 2, Connect Joyride, Connect Sports,
Connect Sesame Street TV.
Gunstringer, Connectimals.
South
I-
Park, let's go tower defense play! Exclamation point. Sorry, carry on.
I can't even remember what I was going to say.
Well done, Mike.
Well, I have one more thing to talk about. If no one else, if we're done talking about Microsoft Game Studios.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So, I want to talk about my new phone,
Okay.
Google Nexus 4. Now,
Oh.
honestly, I went into it thinking I was going to absolutely hate it because I don't
Yeah.
like Android. But I can honestly say that I really like Android now.
Really?
I don't know if I would have been happy with an iPhone. I went to the mall. I'm not sure if I told Neill. I know I told JJ and Hannah. I went to the mall to try and get an iPhone, and they told me I was going to have to put $500 down as a deposit because I don't have a credit line. So I was like, fuck that shit, and I went to another place, and I told him I'd just been denied an iPhone due to credit. It's not because I have bad credit, it's because I don't have credit. And I said, but he goes, well, you won't be able to have a phone that expensive because if they denied you credit, there's a very high chance that we would as well. I went, okay, what about the Nexus 4? Because that's the only Android phone that I'd ever been remotely interested in.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
he said, well, there's a good chance that you would probably be denied for that one as well, or at least have to pay about $200, $300 for it. And I said, and I don't know about in the UK, but over here, every time your credit is checked, it makes your credit, like your line of credit, go down slightly.
So
Which is a
if you
bit-
didn't have credit, just go.
Why did they check your
If-
credit? I don't get it.
They check your credit to make sure that you're say you have a credit card but have never paid the bill. They don't want to then give you a phone because you're never going to pay your bill.
They can just cancel your bill. It just. I'm gonna carry on.
Yeah, but then you've got an $800 phone and never had to pay for it.
It's contract, yeah. I suppose.
My point. So he checked it on the Nexus, and he was like, there's a very high chance you have to pay. How much is the most you pay? And I was like, I don't know. Like most I'd really want to pay is only about $50, which isn't really much. And he goes, okay, well let's just check. And he was like, it will lower your credit rating ever so slightly though. I was like, you know what? I don't have a credit history. I don't have anything. I don't have the intention of getting anything anytime soon. Through a credit history, why not just give it a go? And he did it, and he was like, "Oh, good news! You don't have to pay anything." I was like, "Oh, okay." Like that's
You
really
got it
weird.
for
I was really
free?
expecting. I didn't get it for free. I'm still on a contract and everything. I had to pay $100 down just because. I mean, even the person with the best credit rating in the world has to put $100 down just because that's what you do. So now I've got my Nexus 4, and honestly, I don't know if I would have been just as happy, if not happier, with an iPhone. But I'm liking the fact that I can change how it looks, like my home page or whatever you want to call it.
Isn't it interactive? Is it interactive? The home screen?
What do you mean by interactive?
Like, does it move? It's not really interactive.
Well, yeah, I've got a moving background, and when I touch it, like I was
Yes.
actually doing that as you were talking. When I touch it, little lines appear in each direction from where I put my finger.
Yes, you can get different ones as
And
well.
like I've changed it around so I was about to hold it up to the screen so you can see it. I've got like a clock in one corner, and then there's a thing that tells me the weather, and underneath it's got like a music player, and it's got like WhatsApp and Skype, and then a thing that tells me my battery life, and a portrait lock. A bunch of really cool like
Very
features.
nice. You know, I don't know if you've heard it. You probably have. Deadmau5 or Deadmau5.
Deadmau5, yeah.
Yeah.
You know his logo?
No.
Yeah.
It's like the big mouse head.
Oh, okay, yeah.
My friend had like a Deadmau5 or Deadmau5, whatever you want to call him. Like had a picture of Deadmau5, the logo, and it like changed colour, and it would look really cool on his. I think he's got an HTC, but it's because Android you get the nice fancy background, and I think that like I don't know, it makes a big difference, but it's a nice, very nice touch. Something that
Problem is that I don't know if it's just this phone or if it's just the one that I've got specifically. It could be the background, I don't know, but the battery isn't great.
But even with iPhone, it's like that as well, though. The battery's poor.
And well, Hannah's iPhone battery like barely changes, but then she really barely uses it. My phone, it was on 100. To give you an idea, but then again, I use mine a lot more. Hannah's was on, what was it when you woke up this morning?
It was on 75%.
75%. Mine was on 100%. Hers is at 44% now. Mine's at 42% now.
But I haven't charged it since yesterday.
She hasn't charged it since yesterday, but I took mine off charge at 1 PM today.
I use my iPhone every day for music, and apps like Facebook, stuff like that.
Yeah,
And
I use mine. That's what I use it for.
I have to charge mine every night.
Oh yeah, well I mean,
I charge mine every night anyway.
Hannah, as I say, Hannah doesn't really use her. She'll use it Facebook maybe a little bit, but you know, she don't really use it, you know, out of the house just because she doesn't have a contract set up for it properly yet and stuff like that.
You pay apps on it.
Yeah, you pay apps on it, but not that often.
You're not here to know.
Apologies.
And I don't have the iPad because Mike steals it.
I won't be stealing it anymore now that I've got a phone. But
Yeah.
I mean, although honestly, it's not that bad because the entire time we've been recording, I've had it unlocked on the Google document thing. So, it's not that bad because it's, you know, it's still good.
No, it looks
power-wise.
nice. It does look nice. It's just
You've looked it up, have you?
Well, no, I was telling you yesterday, I had a customer that came in and I was using his phone and I just found it very complicated. But I suppose you adjust to it if you have it, won't you?
That's exactly it. As someone that doesn't know iOS would find iOS confusing to use.
Yeah, I don't know how to use it.
iOS or Android? Oh, Android, yeah.
Yeah.
One phone I do like though is HTC phones. I like them. They look
Never been a fan. Hannah had the HTC Windows 7 phone and it was appallingly bad in every way.
The new one, the one with the little square colour around it, it's quite nice.
Bro, just let me know when it starts going slow. I give it about a year.
My phone?
Yeah.
Why would it go slow?
Because it's Android, innit, bro?
Oh. Well, I mean, honestly, because the thing is with Android is it's a lot more of an open operating system. Like, you can download apps on your computer and just upload them to your phone instead of downloading them through the App Store and stuff like that. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact is differently to iPhones. On iPhones, I don't think you can get virus protection, but like there's so many apps on here on the Android marketplace which are for virus protection and stuff like that. I think just generally it's slower because of you need to take care of it more. Like a PC. After a while, a PC gets a bit slower because you need to defrag the hard drive. You need to clean up your processes to make sure you don't have a million startup programs. I think that's the same with the iPhone. Sorry, with the Android operating system, is that it has startup programs that you need to make sure that you know, because every app that you install wants to be a startup program, similarly to software for Windows. So providing you close apps that you've had running every so often, providing you do stuff like that, then I don't think it's an issue. But I hope it doesn't start going slow, because I will have this for probably the next couple of years.
Yeah.
How long's your contract?
It's an open-ended contract, so I can pay it off whenever. But if I pay the minimum payments each month, then it'll be like 3.5 years.
Oh, I like the idea of an open-end contract. Do they even do that over here?
I don't know. Over here they call it a super tab. I'm with Virgin, so you're with Virgin, aren't you?
Me, yeah.
Yeah. So they may start doing it over there. But the way it works here is, you pay. The contract's $45 a month. 10% of what you pay on your contract goes towards paying off the phone. The phone has $300 left because I had to put that $100 down. So, like, I could go in next week with $300 and pay off the whole thing.
You can do that here. Actually, you can buy off your contract and then get a new one.
Yeah, but when you buy out your contract with in England, when you buy out your contract, you have to pay what you would have. Like, I think it's at least half of what you'd have left of the time. So let's say, it's a 1.5-year contract, and you go in after 6 months and want to pay it off, you have to pay like 6 months up front or something like that, as well as paying off the phone itself or something. Like, it always comes to a lot more. I would literally have to pay for the rest of the phone, and that's it.
Oh, okay.
And there's no interest, I don't think.
Hopefully.
I didn't ask, but I feel a bit stupid for not asking, honestly.
Bet you feel silly.
I do indeed. But yeah, unless there's anything else we need to talk about, I think that's time to end the podcast.
It has almost been an hour.
It has almost been an hour, that's what I just noticed. 2 minutes, it would have been an hour.
Quite a long conversation, this. Yeah.
Indeed. Well,
hopefully next week we can talk about The Walking Dead, because Neill will be all caught up.
I'm actually going to try. I'm actually actively going to try now.
Okay, well, thank you very much for listening to anyone that actually made it all the way through. Thank you very much to Neill for being our new member of the 4 podcast hosting people.
GG, Neill.
GG, get good.
And we'll talk to you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Toot toot toot.